litigator and I'm focused. I'm the oldest of four. I am a type A person. I'm competitive. I'm all the things that would fit well in a litigation career, except then I became a mom. And I was being told that it wasn't okay, basically, to be a mom and to be a litigator. Like, you need to have your number one focus at work. And that being said, after billable hours and, coming home and rushing my kids off to bed so I could get back to work to get my billable hours in, and my family was really getting my leftovers. And I couldn't imagine living like that for the next 35 or 40 years. It was daunting to me. But because of that decision, for the majority of their life, they got to grow up with a mom who was present. And that's a gift that is priceless.
Thank you for tuning into Time for You Evolve for female entrepreneurs. Remember, you have what it takes to achieve greatness. Your time is now. You're here with me. You're ready to change lives and you're ready to change the world. Isn't it time to skip over the confusion and start creating sustainable and consistent results? We're going to pull back the curtain and start giving meaning to life in this podcast. Time for You Evolved. Hey, my name is Lisa Carmichael, and I am obsessed with everything online. It's no secret in this crowded and highly competitive business world, we need to stand out. It's even more important at a deeper level to stand up for ourselves. I'm a farm girl who grew up shy with zero confidence. If someone had suggested that I would eventually start a podcast, I never would have believed it. As a farm kid, I had the unique opportunity to embrace a holistic approach to life. All the seasons of growth were lessons that have helped me and other female entrepreneurs find success when they've been stuck and struggling. The Time for You Evolved podcast is here to help you navigate business online so you can be laser focused and help you navigate the messy and the magical in every season of your business. Pull up a seat to hear the tried and true secrets that other female entrepreneurs like you are facing and get ready for real talk while you learn. This is the Time for You Evolved podcast. They're entrepreneurs ready to work smarter, not harder. Let's talk video marketing. It's the savvy way to attract, retain, and convert faster than any other strategy out there. Who can blame you? Creating videos can be frustrating, time consuming, and downright intimidating. That's where BigView comes in. It's the solution for your frustration. With BigView, you can create professional videos with ease thanks to its teleprompter app. I've been using BigView for years. BigView is an app that has saved me a lot of time and hassle. The app makes it easy to create professional looking videos. It's an online teleprompter that allows the presenter to keep eye contact with the camera while reading the text they need to speak. BigView allows you to focus on your performance and delivery so your confidence shines through. Whether you're a marketer, blogger, trainer, or business owner, BigView is designed with you in mind. If you're ready to take your video marketing game to the next level, click on the BigView link on my website, lisarcarmichael.com/BigView. Join me and be the best presenter you can be and learn how to make great presentations. Who is this that we're talking to today on Time for You for female entrepreneurs? I'm so excited to introduce you to Jennifer. She's the kind of person whose energy you just feel the moment that you meet her. Jennifer is the wife of 27 years, a mom of four, and someone who made the bold move to leave the world of corporate America and litigation to follow her heart. So now she is an Arbonne consultant, and she's all about creating meaningful connections, spreading wellness, and inspiring others to lead healthier and more fulfilling lives. She also has a deep love for adventure, travel, and personal growth, and her passion for making an impact is contagious. We're talking about her journey today and what it means to truly thrive and how she's blending her love for business and nutrition to live a life that she loves. So I know that you're going to walk away from this podcast recording feeling very inspired. Let's go back to your journey from employment in litigation to wellness. That's pretty
Sure.
inspiring. What was the turning point that made you take that leap?
Thank you for that, Lisa, and thanks so much for inviting me to have a conversation today. Gosh, what inspired me to take the leap was I was a mom. I was a litigator and I'm focused. I'm the oldest of four. I am a type A person. I'm competitive. I'm all the things that would fit well in a litigation career, except then I became a mom. And I was being told that it wasn't okay, basically, to be a mom and to be a litigator. Like, you need to have your number one focus at work. And that being said, after billable hours and coming home and rushing my kids off to bed so I could get back to work to get my billable hours in, and my family was really getting my leftovers, and I couldn't imagine living like that for the next 35 or 40 years. It was daunting to me. And what's interesting is I was never planning on having children. That wasn't even in my forecast. And then once we were blessed with them, my whole outlook changed because I thought this is silly. Like, I can be a professional. I can get work done. I can do all the things, but I was having to take sick kids to daycare because I had a deposition or I had something that had to be done. And my husband and I are both not from this state. And so we had no family here to help us out. So I would have to take my kid with a fever to daycare. I was getting fired from daycares because I can't bring sick kids. And I thought, but I don't have a choice. And it was that kind of pinnacle point in my life where I was like, wait a second, I don't want to do this anymore. And that's a hard realization to come to when your whole identity's been wrapped up in what you do.
I was guilty of that too, hoping that daycare would not notice that there was a fever, or maybe it was just my imagination that he was warm. So it is a tough balance. So you have a family of four.
We do. We have a family of four. Yeah, we have. It's wild to think about when I started this journey and how little they were and now where they're at. I have three who are out of the house, one who's even married, and then I have a 16-year-old who is still here with us. So it's crazy to see. But because of that decision, for the majority of their life, they got to grow up with a mom who was present. And that's a gift that is priceless.
How did you balance your personal life with your business? So you stepped into network marketing.
I did. It was an industry I knew nothing about, which was probably a blessing because so many people come to network marketing with like these preconceived ideas or something their Aunt Glinda told them about what it is or what it isn't. And they really don't have a clear picture of what network marketing is. I knew nothing about it. I had no idea. And I was introduced to it, just at a group gathering with a bunch of people. My husband at the time was working a job where he's traveling 5 days a week. He happened to be home that night, and I was like, I'm going next door to hang out with the girls. You have the kids for the night. And I was introduced to this business, and I was so ignorant, but yet I was listening. Even though it didn't appear that way, I still apologize to that consultant to this day because I was that girl. Down south, they call them heifers. Up here, we call them something else. But I was that one in the corner with my arms crossed going, what are you talking about? But luckily, my heart was open. And she started talking about things that I was looking for. I was so miserable in my day job. But I didn't know what that looked like. I thought it was a brick and mortar type business, or I thought it was maybe moving into mediation or something of that respect. I had no idea that this industry even existed. And she started talking about earning trips. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't get to travel as a kid. And then she starts talking about tax deductions. And that was something I was very aware of because we didn't have any. We were W-2 employees. And starts talking about I can build a business from my computer and from the living room, from wherever I want to go and be, but I set my own hours. And then there was no glass ceiling. So I worked in the employment litigation here. So I'm all about glass ceilings and affirmative action and all the things. And I was really tired of being told what my time was worth. Like, it was worth a lot to me, and I was being told what my time was worth. And the fact that I could have unlimited earning potential just based on my own effort, I thought, well, I love that idea because I'll work really hard, but then I can also be present and put my family first if they need me. And so I just heard all the things and I thought, this can't possibly be real. But
And in the beginning, how many hours did you work when you started your business?
That's a beautiful thing about this industry too, is that it fits everybody that wants to do it. Just to, what do you want to do with it? And I was still litigating when I was introduced to it. I've been with Arbonne now for 18 years. I was so excited about it though. Like once I jumped in, I had no idea what this was in the community and the what, and it brought so much joy to my life. Being appreciated for helping people. I mean, that's why I became an attorney, is I really wanted to help people. And yet I was never getting a thank you ever, not from my boss, not from my client, not from anybody, right? Nobody wants to thank their attorney for giving them a bill. And so the fact that, I was helping people feel better in a way that they were thanking me, I thought, wow, this is crazy. But in the beginning, I want to say maybe 10 hours a week. That's just giving up a TV show every day or something. It's minimal, but probably about 10 hours a week.
I love it. And you've successfully built a business. So again, how long have you had your Arbonne business?
18 years ago, I said yes.
Okay. And you've built a team.
Mhm.
So where do you spend the majority of your time when it comes to your business?
I still 80% on my own business, 20% on team.
Mm.
Because this is an ebb and flow business. People come, people go, clients come, clients go. And so we always teach our team like 80% of the time is still on your personal business, on your clients, on those people direct to you, and then 20% on that sort of team building activity. And so that's still to this day is the ratio that I follow.
So is there a message that you would love listeners to know more about network marketing with some of those preconceived notions?
Absolutely. Be open-minded and go talk to a person who's actually doing it and doing it really well. So often I hear, oh yeah, my sister tried one of those things, or oh yeah, my mom did one of those things. You don't try, you either do it or you don't do it. And so people come in and, and not to their own fault. Sometimes they're promised the world, and that they're not going to have to do anything. And that's silly. This is not a lottery ticket. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is a, get rich slowly scheme. Like this is, you have to put work in. This is a business. And I think the number one misconception is that it's something other than a business. When you treat it like a business, it pays you like a business, but you have to do that. And so understanding what it is, like I have a gal on my team who super talented clothing, designer and sewing and super creative. I can't even sew a button on. And she knows that. And she was getting a lot of objections or negative feedback about network marketing in general. And I said, if I came to you and I started telling you how to design that outfit or that shirt or that whatever, and I started telling you were sewing something incorrectly, I said, what would you think about that advice? And she goes, I'd laugh. I said, exactly. So stop taking advice for your network marketing business from people who have never done what you want to do. If they've never done it successfully or they've never done it well, why would I take advice from them or listen to them? So just be open-minded and have a conversation with somebody who's setting realistic, like outlook for what network marketing is and what's required to be successful at it.
That's such great advice. So your passion for health and nutrition is shining through your network marketing company. So what's one example or a habit that you've created since you've been in this industry?
Oh, goodness. Eating better.
Good habit.
Eating better and paying attention to labels.
Hmm.
I had no idea before I started this business what the toxicity that exists in the products that we consume or put on our bodies. It's quite disturbing. And I really had no idea. Very ignorant in that area. I grew up small town farm girl in North Dakota where there was a lot of hot dish and ranch dressing and cheese and all the things, right? Which necessarily wasn't bad, but there was never a conversation about nutrition or what that looks like and how deeply it affects your body and your whole being. We are what we eat. And once I learned that, you can't unlearn that.
Good point. Because as a mother of four, you're just feeding your kids to get by. Everything is instant gratification. We have a microwave. We can make something quick and fast. and
Mhm.
without looking at the label and all of those ingredients that we can't even read.
And we don't know what we don't know. I mean, people don't
Mhm.
know. I have to believe that if parents knew really what was happening to their children's bodies and their brains by feeding them, processed foods and only things that come out of the pantry and things high in sugar and all the things that they wouldn't do it. I mean, we don't ever want to intentionally harm our children. And I feel like
No.
education is just key in that. Like once you know, like I said, you can't unlearn something. And so hopefully, I mean, that's my mission to keep educating and to help people make those better choices.
So, what is a tip that you would offer busy female entrepreneurs who are busy and they want to feel better or even feel their best?
It's going to take a little bit of prep work on their part, but that little bit of prep work is so important. Take a Sunday afternoon if you need to. Get some recipes together. We have a 30-day healthy living program that we offer, and we give recipes and shopping lists in this program. And so last week we were starting this program at the house, and so I just took my shopping list and I went to the store. It actually ends up saving you money because you're only buying things on the list. You're not buying all this extra stuff. And I made sure that I bought all the ingredients for 4 or 5 meals. And have those in the fridge. And so it's ready, it's there, you can even chop it up on Sunday. So when you come home, it's been a long day, a busy day, you just got to throw everything in the pot. So being prepared is probably the biggest tip, because when we come home and we're tired and it's been a long day and we only have like a half an hour to feed the family. I mean, if we don't have things prepared ahead of time, we don't have the things in our fridge, we're just going to make less healthy choices. It's just how it is. I mean, I'm not judging. That's how it is. That's how I was. Like, we're busy, right? We're just going to grab something out of the pantry, or we're going to go out to eat, or we're going to do all the things. But if you put just a little bit of prep time in, I mean, that can even be, catching up on your favorite Netflix thing on Sunday while you're chopping up veggies and putting them in the fridge so that when you come home, you can just throw it all together or create, like slow cooker recipes or things. And even though initially it feels daunting, when you're doing it, you feel so inspired and successful when you've thrown together a meal for your family that you know is healthy for them. I mean, my daughter's, I was telling her some of the meals we are going to be eating this week, and she goes, "Oh, you're doing the 30 days, so now we get to eat fancy." What's Yep, now we get to eat fancy.
Mom's
Um,
cooking.
Mom's cooking, right? And I always cook, but apparently I must have been getting boring in my cooking because she's like thinks that, hummus chicken sounds fancy now. So, and that's the other thing. I think people get in their mind that eating healthy is complicated or hard, and it's not any of those things. It's not any of those things. It does take a little bit of time, but not much more time than it would take to get in the car, go to a restaurant, wait to be seated, eat your food, and it's a lot less expensive. It's a lot better quality family time. Make your kids help if they're old enough, even if they're little, like they love helping to cook. Make them
Mhm.
help.
There's a lot that goes into like the body and health. And you have a lot of things to offer through Arbonne. So what are some of your favorite things that you like to sell when it comes to your business?
Well, our 30-day healthy living program is my favorite because it helps people learn how to eat. But if I had to start with like a product for busy people who are like, I don't even know where to start, we have a product called Green Synergy, and I love it because so many people are looking for a greens drink. And there's so many choices out there. Just be wary of ingredients. I was just telling my son-in-law this. He was sending me some pictures of some stuff he wanted to buy. He goes, "What about this?" That's my kids. They're always reading labels and sending me pictures of labels. And the one thing is that you have to know where the ingredients are coming from. Like it could say good things, but where are they also coming from? Like, are they being produced in a lab, or is it like naturally coming from? You just don't know, right? So that's hard, and that's hard. But I love our Green Synergy because it's a 3-in-1 product. It has collagen, which is so important for skin, hair, nails, muscle repair, achy joints. It also has gut health, which is our prebiotic, probiotic, and digestive enzyme, which again is something everyone should be putting in their system to help their body better digest food and help with good bacteria. And then it's got greens. It's got a full rainbow spectrum of greens, a full serving of fruits and veggies, but it tastes like lemonade. It's a citrus flavor. So many of those greens drinks taste kind of nasty. This one does not. I haven't had a client yet who doesn't like the flavor of it, unless, of course, you really hate citrus. But that's a really great one-stop shop product that anybody who uses it is going to feel a difference using. And so that's always a great place to start because once we feel success, we're willing to add on another new habit. When I less bloating, more energy, they're seeing that their skin is glowing because it's from the inside out. 80% of skincare issues start in the gut. And so with this product, people start to see and feel a difference. And then they're like, oh, look at me. I was successful. I drank that drink once a day for 30 days. I could do something else. And so that's a great place to start as far as nutrition piece goes.
So you mentioned that you have a love for personal growth, and I was just curious, who are some of the biggest influencers that have been in your life and how have they shaped your journey? Whether maybe it was a book, an author, or someone that you knew personally.
So many people. John Maxwell, big. When I started Arbonne, they said this is a personal development company wrapped up in personal care products. And they said, start reading and anything by John Maxwell. And ironically, the first book I picked up, it was, oh goodness, I'm going to forget the name now. Oh, Fail Forward, I think is the name of it. Love that book. And interesting enough, I was a nanny in California when I was 17, and my aunt invited me to her church. I had never been to a church that size or like that. And lo and behold, I loved the pastor. He was fantastic. Well, it was actually John Maxwell. It was his church, and he was the one who was preaching. And when I read that book and made that connection, I was like, wow, like this is the guy that like fascinated me so many years ago. And here I am reading his book. So I love John Maxwell. He has so many great leadership books. He actually wrote a really great book about network marketing as well, which I love because he's so established as a business leader and personal development guy. And for him to write a book, a no nonsense sort of outlay of what network marketing is and why it's smart, I love it. I also, as far as I listen to a lot of podcasts, including yours, Lisa. And Ed Milet is a big one. I really love the guests that he brings on there. But I also love the Model Health Show by Sean Stevenson because I learned so many things about health on there. And he brings so many world-renowned experts on health and other things on there. One of my other favorite books, business-wise, is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Love that book. I read so many books. John Maxwell for sure. I love Tony Robbins. He's got some great books on finance. I mean, that's the thing I think people forget with network marketing is it opens your mind to so many possibilities. Like I was an entrepreneur at heart and had no idea that that was why I was feeling so stifled in my litigation career is because I wasn't allowed to spread my wings. And when I discovered being entrepreneur, like it changed everything for my husband and I. I mean, we went from employee mindseted to business mindseted and wealth focused. And now we own a brick and mortar business. We own a car wash here in town. We own rental properties. We're looking to buy our next business. Like none of this would have happened if I hadn't said yes to all that. Because it changed the way that we saw ourselves. We changed the way we saw the world. And personal development's a huge piece of that because without Arbonne, I wouldn't even have known that area of Barnes and Noble existed. And
Right.
so
Yeah.
it changed everything. Yeah.
It allowed you to slow down and not be caught up in the busyness because when you're busy, you don't allow yourself to feed your brain. And that's what listening to podcasts and reading those books does. Going back to that question, how do you squeeze time in your day for reading?
Typically, it's the beginning of the day and end of the day. Try to get what they call the miracle morning in the morning, where I'm taking, that half hour, 45 minutes where I'm taking quiet time. I'm reading my devotional. I'm reading the book that I'm currently reading for that time, spending some quiet time, really practicing some breathing. And then I'm getting up and I'm helping my daughter get ready for school and doing all the things. And then again at night, I try to go to bed before my husband and sit in there and read. I love reading. I would love to just sit and read all day, but I know that's not going to help my business per se.
Mhm.
So, um, beginning and end of the day is when I'm going to be doing most of that. And also walking. Like when I'm walking, I'm always listening to something that's going to be in personal development of some sort. So
And then is your business a global business or you just here in the United
I am
States?
a global business. Arbonne's a global business. I love it because there's no territories, there's no limits. I have clients across the world. We're in 6 countries right now. We're in Canada and the US, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Poland. And so we can have a team or clients in any of those countries.
So, what is your vision for the future, whether it's with Arbonne, wellness, your business with your husband, or just your personal goals?
Oh gosh, my vision is so big. And I have, vision and goals in all areas of my life, where that's financial, personal, business, all the things, travel. Um, my Arbonne business, I want to have a team in all 6 countries that we do business, while being at the top level of the company and being able to travel to each of those countries to see those consultants and help those consultants and not have to do it all virtually. That's my vision with Arbonne, helping thousands of people understand health and the importance of it, and also helping women understand that you don't have to choose. You can have a very successful business and be a really great mom. And you don't have to live by somebody else's standards or somebody else's visions of what your life should look like. It needs to be something that brings you joy. And as far as my husband and I, oh gosh, I hope we continue to build businesses together because it's so exhilarating. To see him so happy. He's still working a W-2 job, and I keep encouraging him to just let's do this. He's got, he's more of a scaredy pants than me a little bit. So I'm always the encourager. I was like, let's do this. And so our goal is to start another business. We have some ideas of where that will be by the end of the year. That gives him the joy and the freedom to be able to just do that. I have goals with giving more and travel, of course. I want to see more countries than I've currently seen. And so that's also on the list.
I love that. Our listeners can kind of get to know you because you have,
I have a free gut guide. It's a gut reset sort of guide to help people understand gut health, because I think that word and that phrase is thrown around so much, that I want to simplify it for them and know how they can focus on resetting their gut, basically.
and how can someone get that guide from you?
Gosh, they can reach out to me on my Instagram, on my Facebook, or they can send me an email, and I'll definitely make sure that they get that free guide.
Okay, I love it. After they go through the guide, what can they expect from it?
They can expect some ideas, some concrete steps that they could start implementing in their life to reduce inflammation in their digestive area, their gut health area. Inflammation is the root cause of almost all disease. And so if we can reduce inflammation in our gut, amazing things will start happening in our body. And that doesn't have to be through a bunch of supplements, doesn't have to be through a bunch of, it just can be making sure we're getting good things in our body through even just food. So that guide kind of walks them through some of those ideas.
What's the most alarming thing that you've learned when it comes to gut health?
Oh, I think the most alarming thing and the most fascinating thing is how connected everything that happens in our body is to what happens in our gut. The direct connection between the gut and the brain, the direct connection between the gut and even how your emotions, whether you're joyful or depressed, especially for women, the direct connection between gut health and hormones. It's just directly connected to almost every major thing that happens within our body. And so it has to be a focus of health for us.
Before we leave, can you explain a little bit more about how the gut really works and how we can, I can't think of a better word other than moderate the gut. Can we do that?
100%. And it all goes back to what we're putting in our mouth. Something simple as digestion starts in our mouth. Like, slow down when you chew and chew your food longer, right? We're always in a hurry, right? We're such a convenience lifestyle. We're always in a hurry and we barely chew when we swallow. Just think about that. Like, your body then needs to break down that food. So if you're chewing a piece of chicken and you only chew it 3 times and swallow it, it's pretty much still whole. And your body has to work extra hard then to digest that. It has to increase the gastric acids within your body to be able to digest that food. And so slowing down when you chew, I mean, that's a simple thing people can do, but actually can make a really big difference when it comes to maybe heartburn or digestive issues, giving your body, doesn't have to work so hard to do that. Eating things that are non-inflammatory or non-allergenic, and you may not know that unless you do some sort of elimination type diet. Where you cut out major inflammatory things, and then your body will be able to tell you, like, after 30 days of kind of rebalancing and eliminating something, when you try to add it back in, your gut and your brain will definitely tell you if it's an issue for you or not. And so reducing inflammatory foods is huge within our system. If you think about like a cut on your hand, and how if it's red and it's kind of swollen and it's not really healing, like that's the state of our digestive system, our gut health most of the time. And think about how painful that is. And if your whole system is feeling that way, it just can't process your food or get the nutrients to your body the way it should. And then things go haywire. So focusing on non-inflammatory foods, focus on simple things like chewing longer and being mindful of what you're eating and how it's making you feel.
So now you're doing this 30-day challenge. What's the point if you're already healthy?
That's a great question. It's funny because sometimes I ask myself that. I'm like, oh, I eat pretty healthy, it's fine. So little changes can make such a big difference. And for instance, tortilla chips, corn tortilla chips, right? Corn is actually it's acidic and it causes inflammation reaction within the body. So on this 30-day healthy living program, again, we're eliminating inflammatory foods. So our family's been gluten-free for the last 10 years because I have children who are super sensitive to it. But so we're eliminating things like gluten and dairy, which I, again, don't eat a ton of. Gluten, dairy, soy, which is very inflammatory causing, corn, and then things like alcohol and other things that cause inflammation. So it's just little tweaks, but little tweaks make a big difference. So I'm in my second week of the 30-day and I'm being very diligent and following all the rules. I'm not cheating, as people like to say. And I can already see like less inflammation within my body. You feel lighter. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it, but you feel lighter. Your body's just kind of working better. You're sleeping better because sleep quality is directly connected to gut health. So you don't realize how much sugar you're consuming without even realizing you're consuming all the sugar. And we just came off the holidays. So it was another reason I'm like, I'm going to do this because I ate more cookies than I typically do. Or I ate more candies than I typically do. And so getting that sugar kind of flushed out of my system, that extra sugar. So yeah, you can always do more. I would say an 80-20 lifestyle. I don't eat a ton of things that are not good for me, but I still do. And so just stepping it up a little bit and then you can see a difference.
Do you ever do detoxing where you don't eat for hours at a time?
I have done intermittent fasting,
Okay.
which is quite incredible how that helps your body. I really actually enjoyed that. And as far as detoxing, I mean, your body naturally detoxes really like on this 30-day program, your body's naturally detoxing because you're not consuming refined sugars. And so it's your taste buds change. Like the first time I did this program, there were a lot of vegetables I would not eat because I didn't like the taste of them. And after doing this 30-day, all of a sudden I was eating things that I had never eaten before. I'm like, what in the world? Like before Arbonne, I mean, I was your chocolate cake, mellow yellow, Cheeto eating person. And once I realized and rebalanced my system, I was like, wow, my body is probably asking for sweet potato and I was giving it like mellow yellow. So communication's all messed up. And so we have to get that communication working again. So we, again, listen to our body. We know how things are making us feel. Now, today, I could never drink a mellow yellow. And I drink it every single day. I was so addicted. I can't drink it now. It gives me a headache. I can feel the sugar on my tongue. Like it's crazy the stuff we do to our bodies and we get just desensitized to it.
Mm. I love it. Good for you. Is there anything in closing that you wanted to mention to our listeners today?
I just want to encourage people. I want to encourage you that one, don't dismiss your health. I know it's easy in a busy lifestyle and a busy day to say, I'll think about it tomorrow or I'll do something tomorrow. But think about that longevity of life and what do you want to be able to do when you're 75? And the work starts now based on what we're putting in our mouth. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't have to do everything at once, but you need to start somewhere. You need to start incorporating some sort of new healthy thing into your life, whatever that is for you and whatever you feel like you can handle at the moment. But do something. Like, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your future self. And do something today that makes your future self so happy that you did it.
Such great advice. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate you being here with us today. Wow, even though the weather is cold here in Minnesota, us Minnesota gals have warm hearts. What an incredible conversation with Jennifer today. I loved hearing about her journey from leaving the world of litigation to building a career that truly lights her up so that she can inspire other people through her passion for wellness and creating meaningful connections. Those meaningful connections are so evident from the first time I met Jennifer. She's clearly making an impact through her work and being a female entrepreneur through network marketing. What stood out most to me was her commitment to living a healthy lifestyle and a well-balanced life, fueled by her sense of adventure, personal growth, and helping others thrive. She reminds me of someone who wants to pursue something that truly matters. I hope you're feeling as inspired as I am after hearing her story. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Time for You Evolve for Female Entrepreneurs. If you loved this episode as much as I did, head on over and rate and subscribe so you never miss an episode. New episodes drop every week, and if you want to support the show, leaving a review goes a long way. A special shout out to our amazing partners and sponsors. Their support allows us to continue bringing you engaging content every week. And with a big thank you, I look forward to seeing you next time. If you're ready to supercharge your email marketing and automation game, look no further than my favorite autoresponder, ActiveCampaign. It's the ultimate all-in-one platform designed to turn your contacts into customers and your customers into loyal advocates. Imagine having a tool that not only understands your customers, but anticipates their needs. That's what ActiveCampaign does. With its powerful customer experience automation, you can create personalized journeys that nurture leads, drive sales, and build lasting relationships. The biggest reason I chose ActiveCampaign after trying other autoresponders is because I wanted to make sure my emails were being delivered and not going into spam. I need to know that my emails actually get to the people I'm emailing so that I have good engagement rates, response rates, and click-through rates on every email I send. Then I can have peace of mind that what I send out about my blog posts or upcoming events gets delivered and that people get to read what I write. ActiveCampaign offers live support through chats, webinars, and in-person study halls, again, which is so different from those other email services I've tried in the past. If you're ready to up your marketing game, go to my website, lisarcarmichael.com/activecampaign, which is my partner link, and sign up for a free trial. Experience firsthand the power of ActiveCampaign and take your marketing to a new level.
Hi friends, let's have a heart-to-heart about something that's been a significant part of my life, skincare. As a busy female entrepreneur, I need a quick and effective routine. About a year or so ago, I stumbled across my secret weapon, Droplet. It's made a remarkable difference in my skin. Now, I'm a self-proclaimed skincare junkie. I've tried it all, from serums to spa treatments, and even once selling a natural body care line. So when I learned about Droplet, I knew I had to give it a shot. Droplet delivers personalized skincare with its micro infuser, penetrating ingredients deep into your skin. It's like a Nespresso for skincare. It's quick, easy, with capsules that are recyclable. No cleanup, no hassle. Droplet's formulas are clinical strength, dermatologist recommended, and are cruelty-free. It's a skincare lover's dream. If you're ready to evolve beyond the basics, head over to the Droplet link on my website today where you can start your own personalized Droplet routine. Investing in a good skincare routine is crucial for any woman, especially us busy entrepreneurs. First impressions matter, and you want to put your best face forward. Droplet offers free consultations with their estheticians to address your skin concerns. Here's to glowing, radiant, and fiercely beautiful you, no matter what age you are. Get your 20% savings by heading over to my website, lisarcarmichael.com/droplet.